You're 19 years old the morning everything quietly begins. It's a Tuesday in July. A small recruiting office in San Diego hums with air conditioning. On the wall behind the desk is a poster with a simple line printed across it. The only easy day was yesterday. At the moment, it feels like a slogan. Later you'll realize it was more like a warning. For the past 8 months you've been preparing. Running 6 miles before sunrise. Pull-ups until the skin on your palms split open. Cold showers. Long nights. Little rest. You told your mother you were joining the Navy. You didn't tell her exactly which part. The first real test arrives quickly. A physical screening. 500 yards of swimming. 42 push-ups. 50 sit-ups. 6 pull-ups. A mile and a half run in boots. Every second feels longer than it should. When it's over, you barely pass. Not impressive. But enough. The recruiter slides a contract across the desk. You sign it before reading the final page. 3 weeks later you're on a bus heading north to Naval Station Great Lakes. It's November. Wind from Lake Michigan slices through your jacket like a blade. A petty officer meets the bus. He doesn't greet anyone. He simply points to a painted line on the pavement. Stand there. You step onto the line. And in that moment you learn something important. In this world, everything begins with a line. The real question is whether you'll still be standing there at the end. Level 2, the BD/S student. You're 20 now. Training begins at the Naval Special Warfare Center. The program has a name, BUD/S, Basic Underwater Demolitions/SEAL Training. The instructors call it training. The students call it survival. Every morning starts the same way. 4:45 a.m. cold air. Dark sky. Ocean waves crashing in the distance. The Pacific looks calm from far away. Up close it's 65-degree water and endless cold. You lie shoulder to shoulder with other trainees in the surf zone. Waves roll over your body again and again. Your teeth slam together from shivering. An instructor walks slowly down the line. His voice is calm. Remember, all you have to do is ring the bell. Near the compound entrance sits a brass bell. 3 rings. That's all it takes. 3 rings and the training ends. Warm shower. Hot food. Back to the regular Navy. No punishment. Just finished. Then Hell Week arrives. 5.5 days. More than 130 hours of continuous training. Less than 4 hours of total sleep. Your boat crew begins with 7 men. After 48 hours, only 4 remain. Not because of injuries. Because of the bell. One night at 2:17 a.m., a swimmer named Torres walks quietly toward it. He rings it twice before the instructors even finish counting. You don't ask why. You already understand. The body rarely quits first. The mind does. Level 3, the new guy by 22, you've earned something very few people ever do. A gold trident pinned to your chest. The symbol of the United States Navy SEALs. The pin goes in without a backing. The instructor presses it into your uniform by hand. Hard enough to draw blood. That's tradition. Then you join SEAL Team 5. Inside the team, you have a new title. Ing. New guy. Everyone knows it. And no one lets you forget it. Your first deployment sends you to Cunha Province. The mountains there rise like walls. Valleys cut deep through the terrain. Every ridge line could be watching you. As the new guy, you carry the heaviest equipment. You set up communications. You clean weapons. You run logistics. Complaining isn't an option. Complaining in a SEAL team is like bleeding in open water. It attracts attention you don't want. Your first patrol lasts 11 hours. 12 kilometers across terrain that seems built to punish movement. When it ends, the senior chief finally speaks. He hands you a protein bar. You held your spacing. 2 words. That's your first approval. You eat quietly. And you understand something important. Recognition here isn't given. It's earned. Level 4. The operator at 26, things change. You're no longer the new guy. You're a fully qualified operator. Direct action. Special reconnaissance. Counterterrorism. You've deployed multiple times now. Afghanistan, Iraq, and places that will never appear on a map you're allowed to see. Your team moves differently now. Quieter. More precise. A mission in Anbar province stretches across 4 days. 2 of those days are spent watching a building through a spotting scope. You're hidden in a drainage ditch. The smell is something you never quite forget. You eat cold food. You barely move. Even breathing feels like a resource you're conserving. On the 3rd night, the target finally moves. The mission changes instantly. So do you. In one quiet moment, you look up at a sky filled with stars. And for a second you remember the 19-year-old standing on that painted line. He had no idea what was coming. You close your eyes for 90 seconds. Then the work continues. Level 5, the leader. By 29 you're leading others. You're now a lead petty officer. Your job isn't just performance anymore. It's responsibility. Training schedules. Equipment readiness. Team dynamics. One of your younger operators, Reeves, is talented. Fast. Aggressive. But impatient. During a training exercise he moves outside his assigned sector. In training it's a mistake. In real life, it could cost lives. You don't embarrass him in front of the team. Instead you speak to him quietly afterward. A week later he holds his position perfectly. You realize something new. Strength isn't just about what you can do. It's about what you can pass on to someone else. Level 6. The chief. At 33 you become a chief petty officer. Now you oversee an entire SEAL platoon. 16 operators. 2 officers. Your job is to keep them effective. Your officer is younger than you. Your role is delicate. Support him when he's right. Guide him quietly when he's not. A mission in Mali goes wrong during insertion. Weather changes. Intelligence is incomplete. The target compound is larger than expected. For 8 minutes there is no communication with higher command. You adjust the plan on the ground. When the team extracts, the mission succeeds. The report credits the planning. You know the truth. So does your team. No one says anything? They don't need to. Level 7. The senior chief. At 38, your role changes again. You're now senior chief. Fewer than 200 SEALs hold that rank at any time. You're not the frontline operator anymore. You're the experience others rely on. A younger SEAL named Castillo comes to you after a brutal training evolution. He's questioning whether he belongs. You listen for a long time. Then you tell him about a night in Kunar province. About a protein bar. About 2 quiet words. Sometimes that's enough. Castillo returns to training. And you realize something. Leadership isn't always about giving answers. Sometimes it's about reminding someone why they started. Level 8. The Master Chief. At 43 you reach the highest enlisted rank. Master Chief. Now you work inside Naval Special Warfare Command. Your job isn't missions anymore. It's protecting the culture of the teams. A proposal appears to lower the difficulty of BUD/S training. The reasoning is logical. Lower attrition. Lower costs. More operators in the pipeline. You spend 3 weeks preparing a response. Because you know something spreadsheets don't understand. Standards exist for a reason. A man who has never truly been broken will eventually break at the worst possible moment. And that moment might decide someone else's life. The proposal disappears. Not defeated. Just quietly set aside. Level 9. The commander. Years later you take a commission. Now you're a commander. You lead an entire naval special warfare squadron. Hundreds of people. Operators. Analysts. Logistics teams. Medical staff. One day a young intelligence analyst named Pham notices a pattern others missed. Signals data from 3 different regions. Subtle. But important. She brings it to you directly. You review it carefully. She's right. The information leads to a successful operation. When the report is written, her name is included. Exactly where it should be. Someone later asks why you made sure of that. You don't understand the question. Credit belongs to the person who earned it. Anything else weakens the organization. Level 10. The Admiral. At 52 you wear a single star. Rear Admiral. You now command all United States Navy SEALs operations worldwide. Thousands of personnel. Global. Missions. Budgets that once would have seemed impossible. One Wednesday afternoon you walk past the BUD/S compound. Near the entrance is something you haven't thought about in years. The bell. You stop. Memories return. Torres ringing it in the dark. Decker handing you that protein bar. Reeves learning patience. Castillo finding his reason. Pham seeing something everyone else missed. For the first time you understand something clearly. The teams didn't make you harder. They made you honest. They removed everything that was performance. Everything that wasn't real. You walk back to your office. 14 messages are waiting. 3 are urgent. You open the first one. Because that's what you've always done. You start. You hold your spacing. And the work continues.